For decades, one explanation has dominated every headline, every policy debate, and every conspiracy theory about U.S. Venezuela relations. The story seems obvious. Venezuela has the world's largest proven oil reserves. The United States consumes more energy than almost any nation on Earth. Conflict, sanctions, pressure, it must all be about oil. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If this were really about oil, then none of what happened after 2020, and especially after 2026, should have happened at all. Because by the time U.S. forces moved decisively against Venezuela's leadership, by the time Washington tightened financial chokeholds rather than energy blockades, by the time global markets barely flinched, oil had already stopped being the main reason Venezuela mattered. So why did tensions escalate instead of fading? Why did the U.S. double down on pressure even as Venezuelan oil became less essential? And why does this conflict look eerily similar to other power struggles unfolding right now, from Russia to Iran to the South China Sea? To understand the truth, we have to rewind. Not just to Chavez, not just to Maduro, but to a time when oil wasn't just a commodity, it was power itself. And we have to follow a trail of decisions that transformed Venezuela from an energy giant into a warning sign for the modern world. In the early 20th century, Venezuela was not poor. It was quiet, underdeveloped, but sitting on something the world was beginning to realize could reshape empires. By the 1920s, American and European companies were drilling aggressively across Venezuelan territory. The country quickly became one of the world's largest oil exporters, supplying energy to fuel factories, militaries, and post-war reconstruction. By the mid-20th century, Venezuela was rich, at least on paper. Its oil revenues funded highways, skyscrapers, and one of Latin America's strongest middle classes. Caracas earned the nickname, the Miami of South America. Venezuelans traveled freely. Imported goods were cheap. The bolivar was strong. And crucially, Venezuela aligned itself with U.S. financial and energy systems. But this prosperity came with a hidden flaw. The Venezuelan economy became almost entirely dependent on one thing. One price. One export. Oil wasn't just dominant, it crowded out everything else. Agriculture shrank.